Hi, my name is Lily, and in this video I'm going to be offering a post commentary for Hollow Knight Sub 5 Stranded out any percent run. I'm going to be going over the various tricks and glitches used in the run to hopefully shine some light on what goes into this. Immediately, what we can see here, I'll go into full screen. What we can see here is that Hollow Knight is using a low render distance. This means that there is less lag, the game runs smoother overall, and it's a strategy used by a lot of players who have maybe not the strongest PCs to play on. Starting off the run, Hollow Knight's going to look for a seed that he wants, and he's going to get this one. And by the time, before he even pauses, Hollow Knight knows this is the seed he wants. He's been looking for this seed for 5 minutes now. He gets it. So what does he do? He pauses the game for the exact amount of frames. He pauses the game for 69 frames, right? And that sets up the RNG values just right, and that's why he waits here before he starts the timer, because that sets up the RNG values just right so that he will get the exact amount of resources that he needs right here at the start. Why is this technique not used for the entire run? Well, frankly, the game is too random for that. What we can do is get the first couple resources to give us good enough RNG, such as the trees and the stone, but beyond that point it becomes too hard to manipulate the RNG without, of course, restarting the cartridge, which is generally not used. It loses way too much time. So let's see this run begin. Immediately there, if we look at the input viewer over here, immediately there you can see X and C at the same time. We're getting the workbench out, the incredible menuing. Literally, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4 frames in the menu, and that's it. That's it. And then he's gonna get all of this. And notice, actually, the whole time while he's doing, watch it at full speed, the whole time while he's going from objective to objective, he's bunny hopping the whole way, and this gives him a 1% faster speed while collecting the wood. So that's a really impressive sort of thing right there. Here we have the bar management that he talks about a lot, and there we go, part of the RNG minute. You get the apple that you're going to need later on if you're healing against the zombies. It's a bit of insurance. Hollow Knight makes the pick real quick. His menuing is just on fire here, and what we're going to see here is gathering some stone, and then again bunny hopping from objective to objective. But we're going to see something really impressive right now. Okay, once he's gathered all the stone, trying not to fall into the ladder, and there's a reason for that. And the reason is that he's going to craft the stone bench and the stone pick before he prop clips. Check this out. He prop clips using the stone bench right here. He pushes himself between the ladder and the stone bench to prop clip underground without actually using the ladder. You know, so he's between the objects. He doesn't actually ever go down the ladder, and what this does is it actually saves 6 frames, which is enough to save the frame rule which is enough to save the frame rule and get him underground quicker. So really impressive right here. Then he's going to wave dash over to this iron ore, really clean bunny hops towards the ore drops. He's going to ignore this zombie. He doesn't have a sword yet, so it's not really a good idea to engage with it. You also notice that the music restarted. This was an example of Hollow Knight using disc tray abuse. This is where you take the disc out of the console, and because the game can no longer read the disc, it doesn't play the music. He did this earlier because it's a good way to manipulate the underground RNG. It's a really complicated. Basically, it's kind of like an Ace setup in Cyclo 8, but without the code execution, just an RNG minute. Okay, bunny hopping again between the stone, and now we've got the Jamor. It's really important here that that Hollow Knight gets the L cancels on the Jamor, because if you're missing those, it's going to take so much longer, and that's just another aspect of extended bar management that people don't really talk about. Here we have him facing off against this zombie here. It's really scary for him because not having a weapon, he really needs to like stare it in the face, but he manages to get the AI manipulation to stack it in the corner, which makes him safe. Alright, so this is the last Jamor that he's going to pick up, and then he's just going to backwards long jump his way out of here towards the stone bench. So he gets the tools he needs, you know, the hacks for the wood, which will later be used to create the boat and the factory and stuff. No RNG manipulation going on here. This is just straight up RNG. And the hacks actually breaks the trees fast enough that you don't need to L cancel at all. It just breaks it fast enough, so that's not really an issue. And here we're seeing just masterful execution of the bunny hop. Can we go and rewind that? That was just incredible. So we're seeing like, yeah, a lot of loot here, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different bits of wood, and he's just going to bunny hop between them all in sequence, and that's incredible on his part for remembering where all of these things dropped and in which order, because if you pick them up in the wrong order, some of them will despawn before you manage to get to them. So really impressive gameplay right there. You also notice he's sort of killing the zombies while he gathers the wood, and this is actually a really good strategy for this category, which is any percent inbounds, because you can't do the clip through to Raccoon City, which is normally where you would get all of these zombie drops, but because we can't clip down to Raccoon City, we have to get them the old-fashioned way. You'll also notice here that Hollow Knight is doing something called a power crouch stab. This is when you do any attack. So basically in the game's code, the crouch stab doesn't have a value of damage assigned to it. It just goes with the last damage that you did. So if you do a strong attack and then you do a crouch stab, you'll see that he does the 6 damage twice in a row there. So that's very impressive. And we're going to see a lot more power crouch stabbing once the zombie grinding is really there. Picking up the sand here, this is a really good tool, because now that he has the shovel and the axe, he's able to cruise boost off of these walls to pick up the sand easier. So there will be no more bunny hopping in this run, only the cruise boosting, which is about 0.5% faster, and it will allow him to clear up some frame rolls going up and down in the underground. Also, I should have explained this earlier, but the reason that Hollow Knight does not take fall damage when clipping through, when going to the underground with the prop clip, is because he has the long fall boots equipped. So I should have mentioned that earlier, but any Stranded Isle runner will know that already. Alright, gathering some more sand here. He's got enough. And now he's going to go for a true combo on the zombie. That's inescapable at that percent. Really just clean execution overall. Really nice here. We've got him killing the zombies. This is actually... So he's playing this on the web version, which means that it's actually 1.8.9 combat, which is a lot faster than 1.9. So some beginner runners play on 1.16, 1.15. These versions are more speedrunner friendly, but the combat is a lot more difficult on the zombies, so it's generally not used for world record runs. And there you see the menuing to get the boat, and that's the 456. That actually, that beats the TAS, because the TAS is a 456.99. The reason that Hollow Knight managed to beat the TAS here is because the TAS plays on the GameCube version, because the only good emulator we have is Dolphin. Um, so yeah, so the TAS plays on the GameCube version, which has slower loads than the PC version here. So he actually manages to beat the TAS there, which is really exciting moment for the Stranded Isle community. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I really gave it my best shot to explain all of these glitches and stuff, because it is quite complicated. And that's it. Stranded Isle is dead.